Welcome back to the next chapter of our trip through the Panama Canal with Sue Spargo on a quilt cruise. We left Fort Lauderdale, and then our first stop was to be Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas, but the weather was cool and laying on the beach did not sound as much fun as stitching with other stitchers. So we went to the classroom where the sewing machines were set up, and we stitched there for a couple of hours while they were going through testing all the sewing machines before we moved to the dining room. Several of us arrived with UFOs to work on, and it was fun to have those first connections to each other. I hope I make some progress on my UFOs.
Okay, let's see if this works.
In here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll sit over.
My Cape
Here we
Creek
go.
girlfriends. Look at the thread. Oh,
Here's my crimson tweed. These are I have 2 done.
you're the whole reason I have this UFO, by the way.
I know I am. I have that one done.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's it. That's all I have done. Now look at my beautiful bag that Phil made. I mean, it's Phil's bag, but she's letting me use it. And she
Oh, that's right. I saw that at the shop that day.
Yes.
I wish you would make me one.
I know.
Hold that cup up, because I brought this week. Oh.
She's binding it. And then she's done with another one.
Oh, Phil.
I know it.
Well, show Phil's not doing a thing. She's just eating cookies.
No,
Yeah.
she's when you do the bulk.
That's okay.
Taking a movie of you eating a cookie.
Yeah.
Base, little stems. This one I put lots of different little stems on it. And then lots of the circular little flowers. So I hope to do, things like yo-yos, maybe ruching of ribbons, some little techniques like that so that you could, 2-day class. So what I thought would be fun to do was talk about ribbons. And, I like anything that I always call like a skinny ribbon, and especially in green and rickracs. And when you stitch them, they look so different anyway. Here's rickracs done with couching, French knots, couched one way, couched a second way. And then depending on whether you use a variegated thread or a solid thread, it's going to change the whole appearance as well. And even these little skinny ribbons, by just putting, different stitches on top of them, can change the whole way that they look.
So I do have those, and I think some of the other gals have them, so I can show you how to use those. And then I was going to show you how to make these little Hexie yo-yos. And these are pretty fun. Do you guys know how to make these? No. All right. So Amy is very kindly cutting for me there. Never even seen them. They're really sweet, and they're very easy, which is nice. I always lay it out in front of me because it's very easy, especially if you have a design going. Yeah, it's very easy to pick them up and pick up the wrong one.
Did something. We're just now trying.
So you want to just release the papers with your tweezers and then
Pull the
pick it out. And then if you want to do another one, you're just going to... I like to release the seam allowance because otherwise, if you don't, then you have a tendency of pulling on it, and ripping it.
They'll be ready if I do them today.
What?
Fingers
Do your hexie so they can sit. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so they do come out, and if you press them really well with flatter, you see how the creases stay in. So I always spray them, spray and spread them really well.
That's a good idea.
Just
We'll get
use
them
the
done when they
tweezers
sit.
to.
Do you use best press?
I use flatter.
I traced it.
You
use
what? Flatter.
I don't know what that is.
It's an organic pressing spray by Soak.
That one's out already, I think. No?
No, by Soak.
Wow.
You know the soap.
Okay.
They sell it at the stitching post.
They do.
Yeah, because when I was there, we sold a bunch of it.
Yeah.
With the soap?
The soap.
Flatter.
Oh, I
Flatter.
brought my flatter.
Yeah, it's lovely. I love
Oh,
that
I wanna-
stuff.
I wanna-
Try it. Spray
I
it.
like that. I got a
bottle of that after we were in Madeline Island. I
Yeah,
like it
because
a
I'm
lot.
making Hexies today.
Even though the internet was sporadic with the package, quite irritating at times, I did find a moment here or there to place a shopping order on SueSpargo.com. And naturally, after she talked about the Hexies and the flowers, and I saw the cute little box that she stored everything in, I ordered some Hexie papers and the little Hexie box. Look at that, it's orange. I love that. And so I feel quite organized. I also found out that I had no clue what my threads were, what colors they were. I just stuffed them all in the bag. And so I ordered these thread cards, which are quite detailed. They show the color, and I was really happy to receive those. Now, the other product that Sue was talking about is called Flatter. It is an organic spray that it's a little bit spendy. It's $13 for this bottle, and I have the unscented. But I am here to tell you it's worth every penny, because when you spray your Hexies, or if you're a piecer and you spray your stitched, machine stitched pieces with this, your pieces just flatten out and look crisp. And this kind of strengthens the Hexies when you sew them together and you're trying to pull those papers out. So this is called Flatter. And I do believe Sue has it online. We also carry it at the Stitching Post here in Sisters, Oregon. Did anybody bring?
I don't know that.
It's all in the list. Each evening, we could head up to the observation deck and stitch with Sue and her daughter Amy. And when I went up one evening, I was able to do an interview with Sue, get some close-up information. So here I am on the Holland America Westerdam with Sue Spargo and her daughter Amy. And I signed up for this last year. It's a cruise with several quilt instructors, but naturally I chose to spend my entire time with Sue because, as several people professed in the class, they're stalkers. So Sue stalkers, that's what we are. So Sue, how long have you been stitching?
Like the embroidery part of
Yeah.
it, about 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
And when did you start stitching? Because I've been watching you as I've been here, and you've been stitching away the entire time.
I don't know, maybe 3 years ago I
So
started.
she got you roped in,
Almost.
almost. It looked like you were doing it really well. So do you help at all with the design process?
No.
No opinions?
Well, when she, yeah, I guess.
So in your family, where are you in the children line?
I'm the baby.
Oh, you're the baby.
Yeah.
I love that. So is it because you're the baby you got to come and everybody else didn't?
No, we all pick and choose for good trips.
What
and we
you
all
wanna
come to
do.
visit. Yeah.
So do you take one person, one?
Yeah, normally if
your
it's an
children?
international trip, then I
Uh-huh.
like to take one of them with
Yeah,
me,
because
and
who wants to go by themselves, huh? And so how many children do you have?
I have 4.
4.
And 3 of them work in the business. So yeah.
And so what are they doing in the business?
So Jason, well, let's start. Kelly's the eldest. She is like the office manager, and she does a lot of the wholesale business part of it and the web business.
So that means when I order a product, which I tried to do today, darn this Wi-Fi on the ship. She will be the one taking care of me.
Well, she does mainly wholesale customers.
Oh, wholesale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm the naggy kind. And so then next would be
Jason, and he does all our dyeing of all our wool and velvet and everything for the Block of the Month
I didn't know
program.
you were dyeing velvet also.
Yeah, all the
Wow.
velvets we dye.
Okay.
And he does all our publishing too. So he does a lot. He did the whole of creative stitching.
The
new
latest
one.
book? Oh, I love that
So
latest book.
He took over
So-
from my dad when we started Folk Tales. He did Folk Tales. He'll be doing Fresh Cut, the new one. That'll come out in the spring.
And so Fresh Cut, the book will come out in the spring, okay?
And he does all the patterns and yeah. So
And then Amy?
she does the accounting. So she's mainly accounting and social media. So
We have an accountant son. And I'm kind of nervous because he's picking up our mail. And so everything I ordered, the last trip he said, "You get too much mail." So, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So you brought the accountant with you. That's funny. But so you've been stitching along and learning from Mom.
yeah, she's a great stitcher. She does beautiful
I
embroidery.
can tell.
And she's learning to needle turn right now. So. And
Well, someone
not so fun, but she's getting there.
needle turn is a little bit different, isn't it? Today when I was making the tiny Hexies, I just glued that sucker down. I said, I'm never washing this. I'm just using glue and getting it down there. So, when you design your block of the months, because I'm signed up for homegrown, and how long does it? What's that length of process before you are ready to put out a block of the month? Is it?
Well, I do the main drawing. Normally, the month or the month before we post it, and that's only 2 or 3 months before the end of the year. And then I start to think of colors and what my focus is going to be for the year, because every year I have a focus that I'm sort of going to teach myself, but I'm also going to have this new, I think, spin on the stitching.
So you're still in the learning process then also.
Oh, always,
huh?
yeah.
Always.
I think that's always fun because it makes it interesting. You're passionate about it. It's not too repetitive. And it's, I don't ever want to do one thing the same each time.
So do you have favorite colors?
Yeah, and they vary, I guess.
By
whatever I'm working on. So, I never thought I'd do a black quilt. Last year I did black with bright colors on.
How about you, Amy? What's your favorite color?
Turquoise, probably.
Turquoise? And then deciding the thread colors is pretty challenging for me.
Yes.
You know, it's like I can get the wool down, but then what to do
What
next?
stitch and what to do.
Yeah, that's why I like your instructions, because for someone who doesn't think outside the box a whole lot, I like my box organized. It's kind of nice to have that guidance.
Yeah, I know a lot of people tell me they like to do the block of the month because they feel like they can get into my head. It's like where to put a stitch and how to use it.
Right.
And,
What do you think she was thinking when she decided to do that? How small was that Hexie I was doing today?
3/16.
3/16. What were you thinking?
She wasn't.
Yeah.
You did it though.
I did it. I was quite proud of myself. In fact, today I'm a lot tireder because I learned a lot today, and so but I remember in a previous class you said that if I learned 3 stitches in a workshop, that was a lot.
Because you can do a lot with 3 stitches,
Right.
And then it's nice to be able to not have to look at the book every time and just be able to do them and the different types of threads you use make them look different. Yeah.
So we got the latest edition of the Creative Stitches, which I love, and fresh
Fresh cut.
Fresh Cuts is coming out in the spring, and so the calendar is coming out.
Yes, so we're going to do another calendar for 2019. So it'll be
2019.
out mid-year this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now they're photographing and getting the choice.
Yeah, because
put
I
together.
I use that calendar like a book. I mean, it gives me ideas. Just, I'm never going to get rid of that calendar because it's not the year.
Yeah, I know. It's there's lots of inspiration in it because the calendar is this big, but the photographs are much bigger.
And then you were talking about that you're working on developing an app for keeping track of our threads someday.
Yes, that's on our list of to do.
Me?
You want an app that you can, so that you'll be able to put in what threads.
I need to be organized. Accountants are organized, so we need that app as soon as possible.
That's good.
Get on
Yes, yeah.
So, out of all of the places that you've traveled thus far in your teaching, is there one that stands out for venue?
Venue, like where I
Where you-
classroom type.
Yeah, where you enjoyed really the whole experience of teaching there?
I love to teach at Malin Island in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I've not had the opportunity, but boy, I sure do want to try that.
Their classroom is very large. We have it 24 hours a day. They're small. Even though your class is 20, there's only never more than 3 teachers there for the length of the week. So you get to interact with other mediums. So there'll be painters and photographers.
And when is your next Madeline Island?
Well, the Madeline Island classes are only in the summer because of the weather, but they do have 2 other locations. One being in Tucson, at a ranch in Tucson that is in the in January, February time.
Oh, that's
So
yeah.
I'll be there in February, and then they've started a second location in Santa Fe, so I'll be there in May. So
Do you hear that, G? I want to go to Santa Fe. I think that would be very nice.
So it's sort of fun that there's the winter ones are in nicer climates, and the summer ones up on the island.
And so, if you weren't stitching, where would you want to go on vacation to kind of regenerate?
Oh gosh. I don't relax too much these days, but I do have lots of places on my bucket list. One is Japan and India. I'd love to go to India, and I think it's for the color and the texture. And,
Right.
so yeah, there's lots of different places, but those two
Yeah,
have been on my bucket list.
Sujata last year did a slideshow of India, and boy, that really just filled the brain with wants, didn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
it did.
How about you? What's on your bucket list? I'm all about bucket lists, so.
Well, the top of my bucket list is Greece, but I'd love a Caribbean vacation.
You'd love a career. We took a wrong turn then for you. But Greece is nice. Yeah,
Have
Greece.
you been to Greece?
No, it's on my list too. I mean, there's something about the whitewash and the blue and the, just the whole thing. My mom was a real traveler, and Greece was up there. She said the yogurt was really good in Greece. Well, thank you so much for spending this time, and we are going to look forward to 2019. Do you get to go on that one? River cruise to Amsterdam.
Yes, that's right.
I'm
think
her
Kelly's
siblings,
going-
maybe.
Kelly's going on that one.
Yeah. So 2019
Yes.
to Amsterdam, river cruise. That'll be fabulous. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
I
looking
look
forward to
forward to
that.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some future ports of call and some more time stitching.